Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 6. It's hard to believe, but it is. So thank you for everybody who's been watching and subscribing, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So today's episode is going to be the VD episode. And before anybody jumps, I'm talking about Valentine's Day.
Which you might get a VD from Valentine's Day,
Go
depending on who you're with.
Go find your local emergency room, right? So in honor of that, what we're going to do is we're doing some wine today. Gearing the show a little bit more toward the ladies, the wine. This is a huge thing. And I know I was just actually reading the other day that wine sales are down.
Again, like all liquor sales are down.
I don't get it. So to kind of help the wine industry here, we're promoting the wine. And what we have here is a Horton Vineyards. This is actually the Tower series, and it is a raspberry wine. So great selection. I picked that up just outside of
Smells sweet.
Raleigh. Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of local.
Yes.
Cheers. Ooh, that's got a nice ring.
I like it.
Sweet wine's not my thing. It does taste a little grapey juice.
So, and when I say pick it up, I stopped at my family's.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, Nikki, my two favoriteest family member cousins in the world.
And Raleigh.
And they were as pleasant to give us this. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So, okay, the cigar I picked out, the only reason why I picked it out was because it had a red label.
But in honor of Valentine's Day, VD
yes,
Day.
in VD Day.
Okay.
And apparently, this company, Arturo Fuente, has been around over 100 years. And it's another West Tampa company.
Really?
Yeah, and it's got this cool opening experience where it's got the little top and the cedar wrap. And I like how much detail happens in a cigar. Like this little thing. That is pretty amazing. And I was told you could actually light the cigar with the cedar, and I tried it on... You can see the clip on our Instagram, guys, if you want to. Backtrack and find it. Oh. So it's a dark wrap.
Yes.
West Tampa. Okay. Started in 1914. This is supposed to be a medium to full body. And apparently we're in for a treat with this.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Might have to sit down lighter.
Are you not going to try the cedar wrap on this one this time?
I'm going to wait for another episode because I was unsuccessful when I tried it the first time. So the sweet cedar wrap has the scent when you burn the wood, and it's supposed to change the flavor of your first couple of puffs. And that's why people are using it. And plus, we're not just throwing it out. What do you call it when you use something again? Not recycle, but repurpose.
Repurpose.
Yeah.
It's always good to repurpose. One of these days, we'll make sure we have those all filled up, right?
Yeah.
And that's something, if you're starting this, getting into cigars, make sure you have the utilities, the tools to fill up your lighters, because don't be like me and every time we're at the cigar store, buy a different lighter.
Yeah, and especially if you're filming a video and we don't have fire to light our cigars.
Right.
This is pretty good.
This is good.
This will pair good with the sweet wine because of the robust flavor of this.
Okay. So what are we talking about on this episode for VD Day?
So Valentine's Day is not a Hallmark holiday. The history is back in the 3rd century. There was Valentine, and he got sainthood because at first he was marrying men and women in secret because Claudius II outlawed marriage because he wanted men to join their army. But if they were married, they couldn't go. So in secret, he was marrying them. And that's where we get that kind of love part of it. But then he got caught, and while he was in jail and they were discussing his sentence, the jailer brought his adopted daughter, who was blind. And if you could perform this miracle and make her see, I will do whatever you need. He prayed to God, put his hand on her eyes, and she was able to see. And that's the
This
history
is
of
St.
that.
Valentine's Day.
This is, yeah.
I thought it was just about buying chocolate and roses, man.
No. So he got beheaded because of what he was doing.
As so many people back in the day
Did,
did
yeah.
get beheaded.
And he wrote to the jailer's daughter, "From your Valentine." And that's where we get all of those cards from.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. I guess I never looked past the Hallmark cards.
Nor I.
You know, I mean,
Or the expensive roses.
or the expensive roses, or the what was the cheap chalky candy called? You know what I'm
Sweethearts.
Sweethearts.
Fun story about, or fun, I don't know if it's fun or just interesting. All these kind of chocolate things or candies from Valentine's Day started in middle 1800s.
Okay.
So this company started in 1850 by Oliver R. Chase. He was an Englishman back in the Londons, and he patented a pulverizer for sugar. And he came up with these hearts. So, like, you would think it would come from 1960s. But it was 1850 when these candies came out. And 14 years later, his brother Daniel came up with another patent to press the little words on it. And so now we have these sweethearts.
You know, it's amazing to think that, 1850 was so many years ago, but it really wasn't. I mean, the technology that we've advanced, but I think like the 1800s, this when chocolate really started to come on too, right? Is the 1800s.
I have no clue, but I know chocolate was a royalty thing, and I don't know when that started. I'm sure it was way before, because they used to eat the cacao beads to get high. And it was just a sugar rush, really, or a caffeine rush.
Yeah. But wow, there's a lot to Valentine's Day. I had no idea.
They sell within the 6 weeks before Valentine's Day 8 billion of those little hearts.
Well, I can say that I didn't buy any of them.
No, because they're like little antacids.
Yes.
The Valentine antacids.
Yes. Now, if you like them, great.
Yeah.
Kids love them.
Yep.
It's pure sugar. They're going to eat them. If you put sugar on a teaspoon, kids going to eat it. So
Fun dip.
Fun dip. I forgot about Fun Dip.
How do you feel about the mystery chocolate heart box?
I'm okay as long as I don't get the ones with coconut.
Yeah, or haggis. Like, it's such a mystery.
I mean, what is it? Mom always said life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you never know where
you never know what you're gonna get.
All of a sudden, there's something disgusting in your mouth.
I love that movie.
Which the first box of, sorry guys, I'm history. What do you call
Buff.
it? But yeah, I'm historying out right now. In another from 1800s, 1869, Richard Cadbury cream eggs guy.
The egg guy.
Yeah, the Jimmy Stewart with a Cadbury cream eggs are delightful, like that guy. Came out with the first heart box.
Okay.
And it was so elaborate that people kept them and put their love letters in them.
Huh. That's interesting.
Do you write love letters?
I may have wrote one or two back in like high school, but not now.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, probably should.
Yeah.
I bet after this episode, I'm writing something down because it's gonna be like, oh hey,
yeah,
I remember. But just make sure I address this to the right one, right?
You're from your Valentine.
No, to the right Valentine. Yeah. I wonder how many people have had that adventure.
Yeah.
Send it to the wrong one. What is it? The wife, the girlfriend, and the mistress. You want to make sure you don't want to mess those three up. If you're the guy dating two Joyces, or
you're perfect.
I mean that makes it real easy.
Make sure your girlfriend is the same name as your wife. I'm kidding, guys. Don't
do that.
Don't do that.
It won't be a good Valentine's
No,
Day.
that'd be a VD day. You have to go get penicillin.
Man, these are good. I'm glad you picked these.
It was so random.
Hmm.
And the dark wrapper, it's not as robust as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth.
I was sitting on the back porch last night, and I had one of the cigars where we were at the stop the other day and picked them up, and it was really good.
I love that shop.
Yep.
We've been there now a couple times. It's the staff is great.
Yeah.
Back to the customer service. This is a great place.
Yep. So, not only are we doing this here, but like I think we talked about in the earlier episodes, it's just a relaxing thing to sit out there, have a cigar. You don't have to do it every night. You don't have to have the bourbon every night or something. But man, it was 70 degrees the other night. I mean, it was perfect here. I mean, right now,
we sat outside and ate last night.
I'm in a t-shirt right now. So it's just really good.
Yeah. Let's get back to writing. And gentlemen, sending a text emoji of a purple eggplant is not a Valentine's Day. I'm just saying. But if the girl sends it to you, it's on.
I would say yes. I've been told not to send those, especially, when said person may be at a family's house. Do not be sending me that stuff, Once or twice I've been told, but, I'm going to do it anyways.
Remember back in the day in school, we'd had those cut out, the perforated Valentine's Day cards. I loved that.
Do you remember making the Valentine boxes when we were in grade school?
For the cards.
Yeah, you always had to bring in the old shoe box, and then you would decorate it up in class and everything.
And you put it on the corner
never
of your
wanted
desk.
to be the kid that went back to your desk and opened up the lid, and there was like
empty.
Empty. You didn't ever want to be that kid. Yeah. Oh my goodness, those days.
And then your crush didn't give you one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know. Do they still do that now? I mean, is it allowed? Do they still do that?
Well, the school that the boys go, they actually have to make their own. And they have to do it in like
They make their own shoe boxes?
No, I don't know. I don't even know if they do a shoebox part of it. But they have to go each name and do a poem kind of something. And it's more aggravating for the parents than it is for the kids. And then they have to write all this stuff and make their own Valentines. We can't just go to the store and get the perforated cards anymore. That has Garfield on it.
I do like Garfield. But yeah, I mean, those were the days back in grade school.
Yeah.
Back in the early 80s, I guess you could say.
Yeah, God. And just even making the box was fun.
Yeah, what I wouldn't give for those days to be back again. So
it's like,
if you're almost 50, you know what I'm talking about. Getting back to grade school and doing stuff like that, or taking a nap,
or not sneezing and throwing out my back.
Yeah, that occasionally too. Or forget. Why did I call you? I don't know.
Yeah.
You should have just sent
Why
me
am
a
I in the
text.
kitchen?
Yeah. You should have just sent me a text. I don't know. I can't send you a text because I don't remember why I was calling you. But and it's like, but to that point, it's like when people used to come and knock to the door. It's like, oh man,
somebody's here.
Now you get knocked at the door. You're like,
everybody ducks. They shut the lights off. Here? Yeah. Shh.
But no, we're getting a little away from Valentine's Day. So yeah, if you get a knock at your door Valentine's Day and you don't want the people there, just let it knock. Yeah,
but back then you'd had our moms had Entenmann's just for people to pop over and Senka.
Yeah.
Instant coffee.
What was remember the little the Nescafe Cafe coffees, the ones that came in the tin cups?
Yes, I do. The coffee cakes.
That was the cream de crop of coffees back then. If you had those in your house, well, you had some money or something. So
let's have some tea and crumpets.
I didn't have any of those.
All right, you're out drinking me tonight.
Well, that's pretty good. So I might need some of that because I don't know if I bought any Valentine's Day gifts yet or not. So I might have to drink a little bit more.
I know that
Did you get anybody anything for Valentine's?
well, of course I'm going to get the lady something.
Okay.
And she's, sitting right there. So I'm not going to tell you guys what it is right now.
I always act surprised when my wife tells me what I got her for Valentine's Day because I never know. But hey,
Dude,
I am always impressed. I did such a good job.
you need to step up.
But it's perfect. She comes
No,
back and
it's
says,
not.
"Oh, hey, I just bought a new car. Awesome. I am glad you like that."
That's Valentine's Day for the next 9 years.
Yeah. Valentine's Day, birthdays, Christmas, whatever it is. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm always impressed by what I get her for Valentine's. It's always impressive.
Not to change the subject, but I just noticed that when I take a puff out of a cigar, I cross my eyes and look at it. You guys ever notice that? Oh, and by the way, we spruced up the joint. We're sitting in front of two ferns.
Isn't there a show about that?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Jack Galifianakis.
That's a pretty good show, I hear. I've never watched it, but I hear it's a pretty good show.
It's funny.
I think there's a lot of presidents or something that go on there.
I think Obama was.
And yeah, we don't do politics on this show. So
No.
if you're wondering, you can just skip over it because
Or religion.
yeah, just take it out. But no, Valentine's Day. What? So
We got Cupid, which is a weird thing because that came in.
Who thought of
that? Was Greek mythology, and apparently Cupid is the son of Venus and Mars. And his arrows are supposed to, he's a little chubby kid with the bow and arrow and the wings. And it kind of reminds me of myself minus the wings and the archery set. And when I was a kid. So his arrows.
You were flying around when you were a kid?
I was just a chubby kid. I was just a chubby kid. And so his arrows are filled with desire. So if you get hit with them, you're supposed to be enamored by the person you're next to.
Oh, he must have got me the day that I met my wife then, because yeah.
I mean, you guys have been together forever.
And ever. Don't forget the ever part.
Yeah.
So,
which, you guys have been together for like a long time. And
a long time.
What do you guys do to keep everything, spicy and not, sexy stuff?
I do whatever she tells me. It's easier that way. I learned that about, I don't know, 20 years into the marriage. If it's just easier if I just do what I'm told.
There's going to be a day when I take you shopping to buy her something, and just for a surprise. And it'll change the way she looks at you forever.
But I tell you, man, right now, I never disappoint. So, because
you say that now, but when we got to the outtakes,
whenever it's Valentine's Day or birthdays or anything, it's hey, I'm covered.
Just get her a card.
Yep, I did when we were first dating.
But now you're what? 30 years in
20 30 29 30ish.
All right, so
see where I'm going with that. I can't be wrong if I say 29 30ish. It's right. I know I'm in the area.
All right, so I'm going to help you write a card just to give it to your wife,
so we can spell 20 30.
Yeah, 20ish 39 years.
But no, Valentine's Day is good. It gives a lot of people hope. Now, I did see some stuff the other day. If you want to start dating and you're single, go to the gym on Valentine's Day, because chances are all those people there are single. So if you're looking to date somebody, go to the gym that day.
Strike up a conversation.
So I won't be at the gym on Valentine's Day. Or if I am, I'll be asked, why am I at the gym on Valentine's Day?
Last week we were talking about the ticket prices at the big game. Valentine's Day hits up with that as well, because we got overpriced flowers. There's restaurants do select menus, and it's hard to get reservations, and it's always crowded, and it's the guy trying to take one day out of the year to appreciate their loved one, which you should always appreciate your loved one. Tell her she's beautiful every day.
Even if she's not.
No. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that without being offensive.
Well, I mean, there's some guys out there that their wives are telling them that the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, you're handsome, even though you're not.
Well,
but no, I can see how it's hard to get reservations on Valentine's Day. It's pretty difficult.
I don't believe in that facet of Valentine's Day. I like cooking something special. It's different. I like seeing her face when flowers show up. And when she opens a card, and I wrote something from my heart.
I once bought like 6 dozen roses one time.
How'd that go over?
Well, I don't remember what I did, but I did something. I don't remember what it was, but it was something. But
I'm sure I'm gonna fact check with your wife.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I got them, gave them to her.
6 dozen.
6 dozen.
That's a lot.
That's
of
a
roses.
lot. I probably messed up really big, but I mean, everybody was happy about it. But my father-in-law, he said, you're gonna come clean up all this mess when all these are dead.
Like when your fresh Christmas tree starts dying.
Yeah.
You get all the needles on the carpet.
I mean, I think that was probably the last time I ever got her flowers when she lived at home, because my father-in-law was not impressed by that. I will say, he was like, "Boy, you just haven't learned yet, have you?"
Is the wife working on Valentine's Day? We know?
I don't know. I would say maybe yes. She does the crazy days. She's one of those people, like, she works like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I say, can you just write it on the fridge so I know? Because if I had to be to work on those types of days, I'm never making it to work.
What you're going to do is send her flowers to work.
I could probably do that.
I am going to put it on my calendar to text you to order flowers to send to her work.
I just got to remember where she works at. That's the next step. I got to remember where she works at.
All right. I'm going to text your wife for a map point
where you work at.
The next thing I'm going to do is text you to send her flowers.
Yeah. So guys, if you're having a little bit of relationship problems, let your wife or your girlfriend watch this video, and they'll be like, you know what? I'm not really doing so bad, am I? Because that guy doesn't know where his wife works. So, but yes.
We, over our social medias, over the last month, we got a lot of love. And we want to start calling you guys out and thank you for giving us suggestions. And on TikTok, we got Smoky CJ's with No Lie Brewery, Cascade Fog IPA to try for a beer, and Espresso and Ash for the Bentley and Honeybee cigars to try. The Stogie guy who loved Lore cigars. We've got a lot of cigar suggestions. On Instagram, we got Palito_321 who always gives us love, and she's the one that Jason danced with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Carla's mom.
Okay.
So thank you, Patricia, for all the love that you give us on Instagram. And also Matthew Raber, 952, liked our ashtray.
Awesome.
So thank you. Also on Instagram, we got Southern Good Times for the Penelope Cooper Havana Bourbon. Cigars Gia 84, thanks for the shout out on your video. That was amazing. We got a lot more subscribers because she hosted us.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And on YouTube, Mr. Bourbon, Hunter, we are going to totally try the Eagle Rare and the Woodinville Straight Bourbon that you suggest us to try. So, guys, thank you for all the love. Don't forget to hit that, the like and subscribe button.
Oh, absolutely.
And Valentine's Day?
VD Day.
VD Day. So, may love be in your heart, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody.